fine. For the Feminists United Under Clark, we are also recommending a 10% fine as well as freezing their account because we're not sure if that club is if that club is functional as well. We haven't gotten in contact with anybody from there. The Multicultural Product Marketing Club, we're recommending a 100% fine of their remaining balance because we're pretty sure that club isn't functional as well. We've tried a myriad of ways to get in contact with them. And we're recommending a 10% fine for Food Truth because we also have tried to contact them and they have not explained the reason behind their expenses. Also, we put in, seeing how we're supposed to audit every group, one of the problems that we realized was that there were 6 new groups that came out of the mid-semester budget process. And seeing that they had some difficulties obtaining funds and using the link, and the fact that it's only been about 3 weeks since that happened, we figured that they should be outside of the audit process this time around. So we also listed the club names and the amount that they got. And then the last page, it shows all the student council expenditures for the past year to date.
Very interesting. Would you like to make a motion?
I motion to approve this report.
There's a motion on the table to approve the spring 2012 audit report. Is there a second? Second by Veron. Questions to the wording, discussion.
Like I said, yes. I want to thank the Finance Committee. We were brought in, and a lot who's not here. We did a lot of work on this. Oh, she was here. All right. Yeah.
Further discussion? Katie.
I'm curious as to the difference between the fines, why one group is fined 100%, why 2 groups are fined 10%, why only one group is getting a recommendation to freeze their budget.
We discussed with the Feminists United Under Clark in the first audit process that we did in the fall. We waived their they didn't spend any money at that point, but they said they were planning an event for the next week, and they ended up. So we're all right. They're planning an event for this week. We should waive that because they're spending money and doing what they're supposed to be doing. And they ended up canceling that and not having their event, and they got the money back into their account. So we felt that until the group actually has an event and shows that they're spending money and doing programming on campus, that their account should be frozen until there's the organization behind it. Chevra, we just we weren't able to get in contact with them, and we didn't find them the last time. So this is kind of the first infraction of the year. The same goes with the Multicultural Product Marketing Club. We figured 100% fine would be best because they haven't had any expenditures, we haven't been able to get in touch with them, and they haven't had any programming on campus. So we're pretty sure from those facts that the club is defunct at this point, non-existent. And the 10% food fine for Food Truth is based on the fact that, it's pretty obvious what they do, but following procedure, we would still appreciate that we find a reason for that, and we're also still trying to get in contact with them because they have a 2-week chance to appeal any of our recommendations in the next week, so we would appreciate getting in contact with them on that.
Further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move into voting. All in favor of accepting the Finance Committee's Spring 2012 audit report, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Great. Thank you so much, Finance Committee. This is a really detailed document. I'm sure it took a lot of hard work, so thank you very much. Good job. Anything else to report?
Not at this time.
Alrighty. We will move into the organizational committee report then. Rory?
Okay, so the first things we had were exam requests. So Management 100 group called Toxic Soil Busters. They were hosting a dodgeball tournament. So we gave them $100. The Clark Historical Society was hosting a 1920 night. Is hosting a 1920 night. So we gave them $300, our maximum amount. Management 100 group that was fundraising for Abby's house came to us. We unfortunately didn't think we could fund them because they were they were asking for prizes for a raffle, and that doesn't, it was the opinion of the organizational committee that didn't really fall under an event. It really wasn't what the account was for, was funding prizes for a raffle. Choices, hosting the Omega speaker event, we gave them $200. Chai, hummus with chai, we gave $80. Another management one group, the Clark Food Drive, we felt the same thing as the fundraising for Advent House. It was, they were asking money for a prize for an event that was taking place over a series of days, and the prize wasn't really an event, so yeah. And then, I said our final thing is we have to organize an end of the year event. We're thinking ice cream or puppies, I think. Yeah.
Do you want to explain a bit more?
Okay. So the ice cream, we'd try to team up with people on Spree Day to get a ice cream truck there. Ice cream prizes, pretty simple. The other idea from Jean, she's not here right now, was. Okay.
Alex?
Okay, so the other idea that we came up with was during finals time to help students sort of release some stress and anxiety, was to work with either the local Worcester Animal Shelter or just students on campus who happen to have puppies, and have like puppies in Red Square for people to come and play with during finals time. So if you have any strong feelings about puppies or ice cream, let Rory know.
Andrew?
I have strong feelings about puppies and ice cream, so can we have both?
We'll look into it.
Perhaps if you have the budget for that. Anything else from organization?
I think that's it. We've got to hear from Devin about the space allocations and receiving applications for those. So.
Cool. Thank you very much. We're now going to move into Sherry. Andrew? Thank you, Andrew.
Good one this week. Nice.
We loved it. I agree.
It's funny how boisterous judiciary is considering your Robert's Rules applications. All right. So let's move into internal business and with the operations report. Okay. For serious, I have some cool news. I was on the radio for an hour just talking about student council and talking about Worcester and talking about Clark things and playing some pretty ill music, if I do say so myself. There was some dancing in the Rockview office. So please let people know about this. Also, I am really happy to plug anything that you would like me to plug on air, as long as it's student council related, or even, Clark event related. So just let me know and I'll plug it. I did a newspaper plug, actually. Yeah, I told people that if they weren't waking up every day and thinking, have I went to Scarlet, they were doing something wrong. So, if you want other great, the purpose of this radio show is just to educate people more about what's happening on their campus and in their cities. So if you have some educational information, let me know. And that's every Wednesdays from 6 to 7. So tune in. B, and it's called Keeping Up with Council. B is, okay. B is my harebrained idea that has to do with elections. So as you're hopefully aware of, elections are occurring tonight at midnight and running until midnight on Friday. And in your agenda, I provided a very cute, adorable little vote on link icon. And I know that some people already have pictures that are pertaining to the elections, but if not, I would highly encourage you to go on the Google Doc and to copy the little guy and make it your profile picture. I am going to, and the reason this is necessary is because I really don't think that there's been that much buzz about the election, and I want people to vote about it / know about it. So please, if you feel so inclined, join me and the rest of your student council members in adopting the face of student council for 2 days, and you shall be loved by me forever. C, we're going to skip over. D is some information I just wanted to share with you guys. So the College of Worcester Consortium came to us asking for input about the Blue Bus. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but just quickly, it's sort of a shuttle we used to have here, I think a year ago, that would take students to different locations within Worcester. And they were all mall, some of them were in the mall, some of them were, I think, Shrewsbury Street, different locations and different college campuses. And so we decided to pull out of that as of last year because there was just not very good attendance on the Blue Bus, and they asked us if we wanted to participate in it again this year. And as an e-board, we looked at our finances, and we simply don't know where $10,000 would come from if we wanted to. So we declined for now, but if you're interested in doing this next year, please keep them in mind, and perhaps think about setting aside some money for it. If you're interested in it. I just wanted to let you know because we're all going to be leaving soon, so the more information you guys have, the better. And E is simply, I'm just going to briefly say that there was a proposal given to us by the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Department for a fund, and we've been talking with them, or for a fund to support student business ventures. And we've been talking with them, but again, the issue is funding. But perhaps we'll come up with a scheme that will be able to serve students soon. But unfortunately, it's not something that we felt that we could fund at this moment. So that's news from the e-board. And I'm going to turn it over to the lovely Allie Camino for more news. James.
Okay. So some of you might have heard student councils sponsoring and facilitating an open forum on campus safety, sort of in response to the timely warning that happened last Thursday. I would really appreciate it if as many of you as possible could be there. It's tomorrow at 4:15 in Atwood Hall. The Dean of Students Office and SLP are expecting a lot of students, so originally it was supposed to be here in Grace, but we thought it would just be too crowded, so we moved it to Atwood. Just show of hands who will be able to be there. Okay. There's going to be like 2 wireless mics for students to voice concerns and ask direct questions to Chief Goulet and Jack Foley. So if you're there and you want to sort of help out, let me know so you can be my runner to bring the microphone to students who have their hands up for questions. So just find me around 4:15. And then also, if you, it was Malat and the Beccas, if we could just touch base for 2 seconds after the meeting about the WIG service project. I've had some ideas as to how we can fundraise some.
Thank you, Allie. Ryan?
2 quick things. I spend half my life thanking the Finance Committee for all their hard work, but they haven't stopped working hard since the beginning of the semester because work never stops. And this particular audit report was started right after mid-semester budgets, and next week's meeting, or I guess the one after spring break, you're going to move right into annual budgets, which is just going to be a whole load of fun. So I just wanted to thank Finance for their work these past few weeks, especially since I have basically not been there. So thank you. And the other thing is I need to speak with Andrew, Shushu, and Rory after the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. And Hannah has nothing to report except she does have a plug that we will plug in last words. So we're going to move into the elections debate. Becca?
So basically, elections start tonight at midnight, which you all know. So same thing as Lisa said, make your profile picture the little picture so that people can vote, or just make it your Facebook status and add a little, a link to the website to vote. So add a link to it so that people will vote. So
We need people to vote.
Does anyone have any questions about the actual process of voting? So in case anyone has a question, we'll be able to answer. Malat?
So there's going to be an email that's going to be sent out to the
Katie?
The elections will magically appear at midnight on link through a fun times alert. I will be sending out an email at exactly 12 a.m. with the elections link. If anybody gets any questions, concerns, issues with voting from their constituents, send to them, direct them to me, please. Oftentimes, if folks put in to link, say you use your Gmail address and you set your link profile up with your Gmail address, it won't recognize you to vote because we use your Clark email address. So that's typically the biggest issue that happens during elections. So if anybody's having folks that are having trouble with elections, direct them to me and I can check out their user profile and make sure that they're all set.
Thank you, Katie, and thanks for all your hard work on creating the elections themselves. Any other questions? Make sure everyone votes at midnight tonight. Welcome aboard. Anything else, Becca? Then the Communications Committee report. Sam?
I don't think we have much to say. The website's been updated to have like, all the committee goals. So thank you, Zach, for putting them up. Yes, and that's it. All I can do.
Thank you, Sam. There is no unfinished business. Wait for it. There is no new business. So we're moving into last words. Hannah would like all of you to go to the Lido Center at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight to audition for.
It's too late for that.
Oh, excuse me. From 8 to 11, I believe, tonight, after this meeting, essentially, to audition for a group of, I think, 7 plays that are written by Clark students. And yeah, if you're interested in acting, do that. All right. Katie?
Can I see Andrew, and Ryan after the meeting?
Any other comments, Brian?
The USA Junior League today, first time in team history. First time in the league lost in their home turf in 20 years. Way to go, USA.
Any other people?
Not to go USA. Terrible.
Everybody gets one.
That's true. One.
Any other last comments?
International members, please.
Allie?
Move to adjourn.
There's a motion on the table to adjourn. Is there a second? Second by Brian. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Record time. That really was.
That was a
Okay,
record.
Rory.